The moment you define yourself, they start building the cage. We live in a world obsessed with branding. Everyone's building a personal brand, a digital persona, a curated identity to sell to the world. Influencers trademark their smiles, executives polish their bios, and even freelancers watermark their existence with hashtags. Meanwhile, the Sigma male walks past the entire circus head down, signal off, name forgotten. Why? Because he understands something most never will. The moment the label sticks, the freedom slips. In a culture where being known is currency, the Sigma male is bankrupt by design. He doesn't want followers. He doesn't chase virality. He doesn't trademark his transformation. He becomes, and once he has become, he disappears before the world has a chance to define it, duplicate it, or dilute it. This video isn't about escaping attention. It's about escaping containment. Because branding, no matter how aesthetic, is a leash. And the Sigma doesn't wear leashes, not even the ones he could design himself. What follows are 10 savage truths explaining why the Sigma male never brands himself and why his power multiplies in silence, while others drown in recognition. Watch on if you're ready to unlearn the rules that made you visible but weak. Truth 1. The moment you're branded, you're boxed. Labels aren't definitions, they're boundaries. As soon as you brand yourself, you limit yourself. You create an expectation. Suddenly, everything you do is filtered through that label. You're no longer allowed to evolve in unpredictable directions. The audience won't let you. The Sigma male sees branding for what it is, a velvet cage. Sure, it looks good. Sure, it gets you recognition. But it also kills your ability to change without resistance. And the Sigma values reinvention more than recognition. He'd rather be unreadable than relatable. Because unreadable men move freer. Unlabeled men move faster. He vanishes before the brand sticks because once it sticks, it owns you. And the Sigma doesn't get owned, not even by his past self. Truth 2. Brands require consistency. Sigmas require freedom. The cost of consistency is evolution. Branding demands that you stay in character, that you produce the same tone, same vibe, same content. Otherwise, you lose your audience. The Sigma male isn't interested in being consistent. He's interested in being accurate to his current self. He doesn't create to serve an audience. He creates to offload energy, test ideas, or disappear into the next iteration of himself. If one version gets traction, he doesn't scale it, he sheds it. Because growth means contradiction, and contradiction kills brands, but contradiction feeds the Sigma. Truth 3. Recognition is addiction disguised as validation. If you need to be seen, you've already lost leverage. Most people brand themselves because they crave visibility. The Sigma male craves impact without identity. He doesn't care if you know his name, only if his actions shook something. He's immune to the dopamine of likes, the praise of strangers, or the worship of online clout. Because he sees how fast it turns toxic, how quickly applause becomes expectation, how quickly attention becomes surveillance. The Sigma doesn't need to be known, he needs to be effective. And when the world tries to spotlight him, he steps out of the light. He doesn't just ghost platforms, he ghosts categories. Truth 4. The crowd turns you into a character. The more people watch, the more you act. Once the crowd latches on, you stop being yourself and start being what they want to see. You shift your speech, filter your thoughts, and package your depth into bite-sized predictability. What begins as visibility mutates into performance, and before long, you're dancing for applause in a cage of your own design. Most men market themselves into irrelevance. They trade soul for slogan, vision for virality. They become their own PR teams, polishing their images while losing grip on who they actually are. The Sigma male, he doesn't play that game. He becomes smoke, too complex to package, too fluid to post. He moves off-grid before the grid rewires him. He watches the world chase likes, grind for followers, and reduce their multidimensional selves into two-line bios and highlight reels. He shuts the screen, kills the noise, and writes a strategy nobody else gets to see. Because the moment you live for impressions is the moment you stop leaving any that matter. Truth 5. The algorithm rewards repetition, not reinvention. What makes you trend will one day trap you. The internet doesn't reward growth, it rewards loops. Repeat what works, exploit what popped, milk the identity. But the Sigma male is allergic to loops. He views every viral moment as a coffin being built around his freedom. He doesn't chase impressions, he chases disappearance. He isn't trying to blow up. He's trying to go dark just before he's copied. Because once you've gone viral, they expect the sequel. The Sigma isn't here for sequels. He's here for self-erasure followed by silent mastery. He knows that true evolution happens off-grid, off-brand, and off-topic. Truth 6. The strongest signal is no signal. When you say nothing, they project everything. Silence is the Sigma male's most lethal camouflage. While the world plays loud and desperate, he observes quietly, letting assumptions work in his favor. He doesn't need to clarify, correct, or explain. He lets the myth grow taller than the truth ever could. The Sigma male doesn't broadcast, brand, or beg. He weaponizes silence the way others weaponize algorithms. Every quiet move is a test of control. While others announce their goals for digital approval, he completes his in the shadows. His pivots are unannounced. His projects leave no breadcrumbs. His presence is so faint, people wonder if he ever existed yet. His impact echoes long after he's gone. While the rest chase attention to validate their worth, the Sigma is subtracting, detaching, disengaging. The less he says, the less they can predict. The less they know, the less they can copy, cancel, or control. He becomes vapor, untrackable, uncategorized, ungovernable. He doesn't disappear because he's afraid. He disappears because that's how ghosts gain ground. Truth 7. Self-branding invites ownership. What you brand, they can buy. The moment you turn your identity into a product, the market starts dictating its price. The Sigma male refuses to be monetized like a commodity. He doesn't pitch himself. He doesn't sell himself. He builds value, then walks away before it's auctioned off. He doesn't want his name on a billboard. He wants his fingerprints on reality. And fingerprints fade. That's the point. Because the moment they can own your story, they can rewrite it. The Sigma male vanishes before the ink dries. Truth 8. The world doesn't deserve your blueprint. When you brand yourself, you hand them the map. Branding isn't just visibility, it's vulnerability. You show them how to imitate you, how to commodify your essence, how to package and sell your uniqueness to the next bidder. The Sigma male doesn't publish his formula, he burns it. He doesn't sell courses, he rewrites disciplines. And before the world can reverse engineer his playbook, he's already on a completely different field. He protects his edge by disappearing from the blueprint, because replication kills revolution. Truth 9. He builds identities to destroy them. Every identity is a sandbox. Once you master it, leave. Most men get stuck in one mask. The Sigma wears them like gloves, useful for a time, but disposable. He builds identities to unlock access, earn insight, gather power. Then he burns them down. He may be the coder today, the builder tomorrow, the ghost the next week. What he will never be is a prisoner to a single title, because the more names you accept, the fewer exits you can take. He doesn't fear starting over. He fears staying too long. That's the difference. Truth 10. He is the storm, not the statistic. They want to label the lightning. He becomes the thunder. In a world addicted to metrics, followers, views, rankings, the Sigma male remains unranked. He doesn't fit the category, the demo, the funnel. He destroys funnels. He doesn't chase attention. He distorts ecosystems. He's not trying to trend. He's trying to tilt everything without being named as the cause. And by the time the world tries to understand him, he's already morphed. You can't pin him. You can only feel the aftershock. He is the storm, not the forecast. Final note, be formless, be feared. If the world can name you, it can tame you. If they can brand you, they can box you. And if they can box you, they can break you. The Sigma male figured this out early. That's why he doesn't play the branding game. He walks off the field. While the rest compete for recognition, he competes for range, detachment, and pure movement. You don't have to disappear forever. But you do have to stop telling everyone who you are. Be harder to define, be harder to find, be impossible to clone. Formlessness isn't invisibility, it's strategic dominance. Let them try to guess. Let them try to follow. Let them fail. The Sigma doesn't brand himself. He becomes, evolves, and vanishes before the label ever sticks.